Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this, and I'm here to review this game for you, Batman Arkham City. But before we get into that, I got this in the mail from Oz Game Shop. It comes with the game, an instruction manual, a jumper, and a book from the UK for, have a guess, $10. $10, all the way from the UK, free shipping on ozgameshop.com. If you're in New Zealand, it's nzgameshop.com, tell them I sent you. And that would be awesome. Now, I'm here to review this game, Batman Arkham City. I said I wasn't going to get it, so if you remember me saying I wasn't going to get it, you should seriously consider threatening me with bodily harm, because, holy God, this is a serious Game of the Year contender. And if Saints Row 3 and Uncharted 3 weren't coming out this year, it probably would get my Game of the Year, because it's fucking amazing. Alright, let's get into it. Now, the gameplay hasn't changed. If you've played Arkham City, it's pretty much exactly the same. The stealth-focused game, the knock everyone out because you can't kill them because you're Batman. You know, the counters, the combos, they all work pretty much the same. There's heaps of upgrades you can use to get better combo attacks. So if you get like 10 if you get 10 hits, 10 times combo, then you can unlock the ability to smash someone's weapon, to take out everyone who was on the ground at the one time. And there's a few other ones that you can do. Again, all these unlockables, you have specific unlockables for like your suit, for your gadgets, for your fighting, and for Catwoman. And we'll get into Catwoman a little bit later. So, you have your extensive gadgets. It's obviously a stealth-focused game, and it can get hard to figure out, because when people have guns, they can kill you within like 3 shots. One shot even from a shotgun. But it's not, like if you keep dying, it doesn't really make you angry. It kind of makes you, and this is where it's kind of platformy. You know, you can grapple up the top, you can go underneath and take them out, you can smash through windows and take them out, you can stealthily take 5 guys out, you can double take down. And it's, you know, if you keep dying, you don't get angry. Well, you would eventually, but you know, if you keep dying, you don't, because there's heaps of ways that you can do it. There's multiple ways to do pretty much every fight in the game. And sure, there are moments in the game where you have about 50 enemies around you, and you have to get rid of them all. And while it may seem a little bit overwhelming, it's definitely really fun to do that kind of style, because it changes it up. Because normally you're flying around, stealthily taking people out, and then you get 40 people and knock the hell out of them. So it's really fun in that aspect. Now, of course, the story in Batman Arkham City is really well done. For those of you who don't know, they have sectioned off parts of Arkham, hence Arkham City, in Gotham, in Arkham City, and built a gigantic prison inside of it. So the whole city itself is actually a prison, and that's why there are so many different characters. Coming into the game, I really wasn't aware of that premise to the story. So I was like, okay, so they've obviously just gone, oh, we need to include every Batman villain ever. And it would seem weird, but because that whole thing in and of itself is an actual prison, it makes sense. And there are heaps of characters that have heaps of different side missions. And there's, you know, Poison Ivy, the Mad Hatter, the Riddler is back, the Joker is back, the Penguin, Bane. And a lot of these are in the main story, and a lot of them are their own side quests that you have to actually go and find. And of course, if you weren't aware, it's kind of an open world game in the same sense that Mafia 2 was an open world game. You always have that main goal to do the story missions, but if you want, you can break it up. And so it's not like Grand Theft Auto in an open world sense. It's more leading, go and do this. But then if you don't want to go do that, you can go and do all these different side missions. There's hundreds. I think there's like 300 Riddler trophies. There's balloons you have to pop. There are the trophies of the balloons, different collectibles, security cameras to destroy. It's insane how much stuff there is to do in this game. And I normally hate collectibles. The only games that I actually liked it in was Infamous 2, Infamous 1, and Crackdown. But it's not like go here and pick it up. You actually go here, there is a Riddler trophy, and here is this puzzle that you have to solve. You know, stand on this and then shoot there, activate that, stand on this, run through here to actually unlock it. And that makes it a lot more interesting. And of course, as you get your gadgets through the game, you slowly get more and more gadgets, obviously, and then you become able to get trophies that you previously wouldn't be able to unlock. For example, there is a locked door and a trophy behind it, but you can't get to it because you haven't got special encryption in your hacker pad thing. So when you have that, you come back and you can get it, and it's like that for a lot of them. So if you really want to, and the good thing about collecting all the Riddler ones is that you then unlock Riddler hostages, and then you can go and save the hostage, and it's very heavily platforming, which is fun, and it changes up the gameplay. But a problem I have with the side quests is that they all seem to be the same. They're all like, oh, something has happened here, go and have a look. Something has happened here, go and have a look. Something happened here, go and have a look. And then towards the end of all of these, they seem to leave themselves on a cliffhanger for the most part, which is strange, considering that they're side missions, but they're fun nonetheless. The voice acting, of course, is amazing. This is probably the best voice acting in a game I've seen for a long while. It's amazing. You've got the guy from Star Wars playing the Joker, he's back. The guy doing Batman is back. And it's amazing. The Riddler sounds awesome. Everyone sounds amazing. I have one problem with it though. Nolan North, if you don't know, who does Uncharted 3, he does Drake, Desmond. A lot of you have probably heard of him. Like, he does a lot of the voices for the NPCs, and it kind of gets really annoying. Like, oh look, it's Batman. And once you hear that like 5 or 10 times, it starts to eat away at me. But other than that, it's quite good. There are a lot of challenge maps. Returning from the first one, I mean a lot of them, and if you want to beat them all you can, and then you can go back and play them with different modifiers, such as there's a time limit, enemies have more health, enemies can't, there's a specific red thing around the enemy that indicates that you can't actually hurt that enemy until it goes away, there's regenerating health, so it adds difference to them. You get medals for doing specific things, such as different kinds of takedowns. It's so dense, like once you beat the single player, the story, which probably goes for about 12 to 15 hours, there's so much to do, there's so much to see, and then once you finish that, you go into the challenge maps, and then you can play as Catwoman, Robin, and Batman, provided you have the DLCs. Now, Catwoman, if you buy the game used, you don't get. If you buy it new, you do. So it's probably going to charge, they're probably going to charge for it later on, if they're not already. And if the used game is like $10 less, and you're like, oh, I can get it for $10 less, you're missing out on a pretty important part of the game. You don't need to see it, but it's just fun as hell to play as Catwoman. It's something different. She has a completely different gadget list, inventory, and a completely different kind of play style. She's got a whip. It's fun, you have to play as Catwoman, and she's hot, what can I say? So, Batman Arkham City is an amazing game, and if you like beat-em-ups, if you like superheroes, and that's another thing, you don't need to know much about Batman or Batman history. It's all explained in an in-depth database in the actual game. So, like I said, go and check it out, because it is a brilliant game. Rent it if you want to try it out. Some of it can seem overwhelming at the start, but once you get used to it, like, all the gadgets can seem a little bit overwhelming. But otherwise, it's fun as hell. The voice acting is amazing. The story is amazing. It's just an amazing game. And here are the scores. So, rate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Have a good one. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I said it again, I don't care. Au revoir.